Got my ratty old coveralls on here today because, as you see in the thumbnail, today we're going to be changing the oil on this. We're changing the oil on this 2017 Ford F-250 6.7 liter Powerstroke. It takes a lot of oil, so I'm going to show you what you're going to need and just give you a quick little rundown on how to do it. Obviously, anyone that's ever changed their oil before in anything, it's the exact same thing you're going to be doing here, just more of it. So let's jump in the truck, take this down, park it on some nice flat ground, get something dry to lay on, and change this thing. So I got home about an hour ago, let the truck cool down a bit, and now it should be good to go. The oil is not going to be scalding hot, so obviously keep that in mind if you're changing your own oil. Don't do it as soon as you get home from driving for a while, because that engine oil is going to be warm. Wait till it cools down a bit. Just a little quick reminder there. Some people may not even think about that. So we're all set up, fellas. So here's what you're gonna need. Obviously you're gonna need the oil. Mobil 1 full synthetic, advanced synthetic, 5W40. So the motor craft that they recommend is 1030. For the synthetic, they recommend 540 for sort of extreme or heavier use. This meets all of Ford's specifications and make sure it has to be CJ4, which is right there. You need 13 quarts, so these come in 4-quart jugs. So for the first time that you do it, you're gonna have to buy, or you might as well buy, four jugs. And then for the next 4 oil changes, that jug will get you by. So I got 12 quarts here, and then I have 1 quart right here in this extra jug ready to go. I keep this jug around because it has a sight glass in it. These ones don't. This is the part number of the oil filter you're gonna need. Your oil and your filter, Canadian, is gonna be right around 200 bucks with taxes included. So you're looking at about 200 bucks to do this yourself. You're gonna need your oil catch can, and make sure it's not a small one. It can't be a little dinky thing because there's 13 quarts of oil and it's gonna come out like a bat out of hell. I keep this little Folgers cup around just so when it starts getting down towards the end, instead of putting all the oil in this and all the weights in that, I put some in here. You're gonna need a funnel. Do you need a 12-inch funnel? No, you absolutely don't. That just happens to be the one that I have. You're gonna need your filter wrench. There's all kinds of different styles. So, go with what you want. Just make sure that it's gonna fit. I got some, disposable gloves here. You're gonna need a 5/8 socket or 5/8 wrench to get off your drain plug. I got my little lantern light here that I'll be using underneath. And this is something I'm gonna use for the first time. I haven't done this yet, but someone mentioned to me the other day that they do it. Is, the messiest part about this whole thing is taking off the filter. A lot of guys drill holes in them to drain it out, but that drains the filter out. It doesn't really do a great job of draining all the lines out that are connected to the filter. So what they said is, take a freezer bag, open it up. As soon as you sort of crack the seal, you start loosening off the filter. Put the bag over top of the filter and basically take it off that way, and all the oil should be contained inside the bag, instead of running down and going all over the place. Obviously you'll have your catch can set up there, but still. So I'm gonna give this a try for the first time today, and we're gonna see how that works out. But other than that, guys, we're ready to go. We got everything we need, so basically just crawl underneath the truck and get it done. It's much easier just to come from the side. Another good reason for the power deploy and running boards are tucked up out of the way. I got my little thing set up down there to lay on so I don't get soaked while I'm doing this, and that's it. So let's do it. Alright guys, so there's the drain plug right there. Again, like I said, it's 5/8, and it's gonna come out like a batter to hell, so be ready for that. And another reason why I can't wait until the truck has the leveling kit on it, just to get it up that extra 2.5 inches in the front, will make things a hell of a lot easier. But yeah, so let's take that off and drain the oil out of the pan. So when you start to loosen it off, it's gonna start draining a bit, but it's only gonna do that for a little while, and then she's gonna come teaming out. Don't drop the plug. Don't just leave the pan in one spot and walk away from it, because as it lessens and lessens inside there, it's actually going to draw the stream back towards the pan a bit. So don't walk away from it, or you're going to come back and there's a good chance you're going to have a mess. The one thing I did forget to mention at the start of sort of things you're going to need is you're going to need a rag. You're going to want a rag to wipe off, the oil that's sort of dripping and on the side of the pan, because you're not going to want that flying all over the place. You're going to be sort of driving down the road and that's all you're going to smell. Okay, so now we can put our drain plug back in. Give that a wipe off. Snug that back up. Ready for our filter. So let's take her off. It's actually nice to see that Ford didn't have that like super tight. All right, so let's give this a try. With the bag here. See how this does. They're starting to drain out. You do not want to drop this. We can tip this out. Not bad. Okay, let's give this a wipe down. I just changed the camera angle a bit. I hope hopefully you guys could see that with the bag. It actually worked quite good. And I just zip locked it up with the filter inside of it. And yeah, like no mess at all. It's perfect. So we're gonna put some oil in the filter. Okay, perfect. And you're gonna want to take some oil. And rub it around the top of the seal. so it doesn't, so it's nice and free and lubricated. Okay, so now we're going to take this and go underneath, thread it on, hand tight it, and then I'm just going to give it a little bit of a turn with the wrench, and that's it. I'm not going to show you that, that's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, so the hard part is done. Unless you have a hoist. If you have a hoist, well then this whole thing is easy. But what I like to do too at this point is I like to take out the dipstick and give it a wipe off. Get all that old black oil off right off the get-go. Just give that a wipe off. Get it nice and clean. Put her back in. I could have made these a little longer, right? Okay, and now your filler tube is right here, and it's next to, you know, a bunch of wiring actually. Some of it's for my plow and stuff though, but it's right next to the wiring here. So you pop this off, and you can see right there, it says right there, CJ4. So the oil we're using meets or exceeds the CJ4 standards. So I'm gonna put my funnel in, and again, you do not need to use a funnel this size at all. It's actually be easier if you use a smaller funnel, but this just happens to be what I have. You're gonna need a little stool or something for this because the truck is very high unless you stand on the front, which I don't want to do. Get my boots all scratching the truck up. I have a piece of pine, works for me. Okay, so I got my oil all lined up because we already know it takes 13 quarts. We have exactly 13 quarts sitting right here. So you don't need to worry about, you know, starting the truck to check the levels. You don't have to do that at all. Definitely start the truck at the end to check for leaks. And you know, any oil dripping from the filter or from the plug, but you don't need to be starting the truck up and checking it a million times. This is how much it takes. In the book it says 15. That's a typo. That is not correct. It's crazy that it's in there, but it's not correct. It takes 13 quarts. So we're just gonna go with our oil. That's one. That's two. Okay, so that's 3 full jugs, and then we're going to use our last quart. So our 1 quart that I already had measured. Okay. Alright, so that's that. Just make sure all the oil is off the funnel. Alright, we'll put our cap back on. Alright, so that is the process right there. So really all that's left to do now is to jump in the truck, fire the truck up, check for leaks, and reset the oil life on your computer. Fire this thing up. Okay. Let's just check for any drips. The oil pan looks good. really all you're checking for is any drips coming out of the plug, and from anything coming around the top of the filter, and there is nothing at all. So we are good to go. So if you want to pull out the dipstick and check it after it's running for a while, go ahead. But I've done this enough times that I know that this is where it needs to be. Okay, so on these trucks, you know, this is a Lariat Ultimate, so this is the screen you get, but you just come on into your display there, go over to settings, go to advanced settings, go under vehicle, oil life reset, and you just hold OK to reset it. And the reset is complete. So you are done, folks. Like, you are done and ready to go. Alright guys, well that's that. As simple as that. You just saved yourself, you know, like $110, $120 labor right there by doing it yourself. And you got full synthetic oil, which means you can go a bit longer between oil changes. So you know you're good. You're good for, you know what, like 10,000 miles, roughly, right around there. Depends on how heavy use you are, but you're using the heavy use oil. So at this point, you just, you know, properly dispose of your oil. Put it in jugs if you want to. Take it to a depot. Do whatever you got to do. Keep it environmentally friendly, absolutely, of course. You know, by the time you start this, you start getting things set up. You know, you run around and get everything ready and get everything with the truck, and then you do everything at the end to get rid of everything. You know, give yourself an hour to do it, but you did it yourself. Feel good about that, and you saved yourself some money. So I hope this helped some people. That freezer bag idea worked out really good. I'm really happy with that. That's what I'll be doing from now on for sure. But you know, as always guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Obviously lots more content to come with all the trucks, the new side-by-side, the excavator, you know, the 4Runner, everything we got going on here. So stay tuned. Everyone have a great day. Be safe. Take care. Get her done. See you guys later. Bye.